Hey,
All right, everyone. It is time.
first recording in progress of the
First
season.
recording of season 16. This is so exciting. We are so
Look at the
excited for this
cast.
season. This cast is phenomenal. Famous last words about a vet cast. So don't fuck it up, people. But I'm feeling optimistic. It feels like a good group. We're gonna have a good time. We're here for good times, good vibes, good chaos, good gameplay. Fun camp time. Not camp as in 13, camp as in fun. And those are opposites. So, um, yeah, I'm very excited.
I'm
Steven,
really excited. I'm excited because we have been talking about doing a season like this for like 5 years.
since if this was originally planned for season 8, and now it's 16.
And even a few weeks ago when we were thinking up our cast before we asked people, I would have been very surprised, I think, if you showed me this list of people. But I am excited because I didn't think we would ask any of them or if they would say yes. So some
Yeah,
people in particular, which I'm really excited for, that I wasn't expecting. So I think just all as a whole,
we've got a great combo of recent players that like we really expected to see again quickly, such as, Liz and Ryan from last season, Luke from 14, a lot of 13ers, Simona, like these are recent players that are all back, glad to have them back. With that being said, we also have people from the OGs. The fact that Morgan fucking Kane is back is like so exciting to me. Brandon Prince being back is like so exciting. Um,
there is a
Amanda being back. Oh, I'm so excited.
there's a difference of 4 years and 2 months between when Morgan finished playing and when Liz finished playing.
Morgan, I think
4 years and 2 months. 4 years. It's like
I think, and Steven, correct me if I'm wrong, based off
Morgan's
of
the
like,
biggest time jump.
I don't think anyone
It
will
was
beat this time
Victoria.
jump
Oh,
in the
I,
future.
I
I don't
mean,
think there's
never
anyone,
say never.
but like who from the OG seasons are we going to invite back that hasn't played more recently?
I mean, like by the time that time jump would be longer than this, like
Like maybe like season fivers if it was
season
the last time you
4 or
played.
5. Yeah,
Yeah, heard. Okay, well, we'll see. Well, Morgan's
never say
definitely
never.
beaten that record now of longest time gap between coming
We
back.
had a few
So,
people from the first few seasons that we were looking into and asked, and like a lot of them weren't interested anymore, which is like fair. But we're glad
yeah,
Morgan said yes. And
very
among other people we have here, which is great. We have a lot of people from before season 10. Season 6 representation, season 8 and 9 representation.
season 7,
I
season
mean,
3.
season 7 is a season that's like, yeah, I mean, like we knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah,
Almost season 4 representation, but not really almost. But almost.
and almost 2,
Almost as in we asked 2 people and they immediately said no.
and both immediately said no, and that's okay, and that's okay. We move
Oh yeah,
on
it's okay, but we almost
because
had.
now we have this group of people, and we landed in the right spot.
We did. This I feel good about everyone here. I
Yeah,
think everyone. Everyone I feel good about 19 and a half out of 20 people here. So,
T. Who's
and
the hat? We'll get into it. We'll get into it. All to be revealed. Um, let's dive into it. What's super fun is the last time all of these people watched a draft video, we sit here and we're like, this means nothing because we don't know these people yet. And
you know,
it and we're being nice in the beginning of the draft. This doesn't mean anything. Newsflash, everyone. We know you now. So forget like rankings week 1 being like the first time that we give your opinions. Like, no, I've got opinions already, and I'm going to share my opinions before the season's even started because I think some of you are destined to flop, and I'm excited to talk about it. And I think some of you are for greatness, and I'm excited to talk about that as well.
I've watched everyone's intro videos besides Peyton, and most people's
Besides for Peyton, because he hasn't sent it in. Well,
most
it's okay, Peyton. We love you.
most people's what did I do wrong last time? What would I want to change? Who do I want to see? Who do I not want to see? Video. So I've got a pretty good idea of where most people stand here and who they like and don't like.
Yeah. I've also, I mean, one of the reasons that I love hosting so much is like becoming good friends with people. And a lot of people on this cast, I will like text outside of the game or like call or whatever and like have talked to about like them heading back in and like where their mindsets are. And like I'm very excited to see a lot of these people again.
Yeah.
So
Should we dive right into it?
let's do it. Let's do it.
So, Scott, I believe since you won last season, you have the first pick.
Yes, as is true for what? Do I have 10 wins yet? Is it
Uh,
11 wins? I think I have 11.
yeah, I think it's 11-4. I think I only have four.
Yeah, it is 11-4, isn't it?
But I feel
Ooh.
good about this one. And you know what? I, for the first time ever, have made some sort of reference list and done some preparation.
Yes, and I, for the
I
first
would
time ever,
not credit that to me not knowing me losing. I would not credit that to me losing. I think it's more luck.
I don't think it's luck. I just think I generally have a good pulse on things.
Sure.
However, this time, for the first time ever, Steven has prepared, and for the first time ever, I am heavily inebriated. So we're going to
No,
see
you're
where we
not. No, you're
land.
not. That is not an excuse if you lose.
We'll see. Okay, so I get the first pick. Because I won season 15 to no one's surprise. Thank you, Tyler. Pleasure doing business with you. Oh, good. Sisters in the background. Um, so, um, no, you're totally good. I have the first pick.
You know what you're gonna do?
I do know what I'm going to do. There's a lot of people that I feel good about, but there is, and I have bounced back and forth on who I think my winner pick is. I've bounced back and forth between whether I think it's a pre-juror, a juror, a finalist, someone who's super connected, not connected, whatever. And I think I finally landed in a place where this is my gut on who I think the winner of the season will be, and I am just going to take them straight off the bat. I think this person has a lot of things going for them. One, I don't think that they are going to come into the season and be perceived as the most connected because I do not think that they are. However, I think that they will be good at making connections because I think that a lot of people are going to just see this person as a really good, nice person that they enjoy talking with. And I think will be a good person to strategize well with. This person on their last season was good at actively talking game and like getting to business of things. So I think that's a very strong thing. They're coming into it, I think, thinking that they're not going to know a lot of people, but I think a lot of people are going to know this person and want to work with this person. And more than anything, actually, this person has, and it's been proven in the recent BBSS seasons and all of the BBSS seasons, but especially the recent ones, that I think in order to more often than not win the game, you've got to at least be decent in competitions. It's going to be hard to be really bad at competitions and win the game, in my opinion. And this person
Oh.
on their season, I don't know if they set the record. They possibly tied it, but they did very well and were going head to head and doing very well against someone else on their original season that is not unfortunately, or that is unfortunately not here right now. But for all of these reasons and more, great social player, great strategic player, knows the recent game, is going to be well connected, great at competitions, and I think is ready to play. I'm taking it to season 14, and I am going to pick Luke as my first
Oh,
pick.
he was my first pick. He was gonna be my first pick.
I'm taking Luke.
Good choice. No, great all around player. And you know what? I think he went into season 14 very unassuming. I think he kind of played it off in the beginning as I'm not one to worry about. Like, I'm not someone you need to keep an eye on. You should work with me. Like, I'm friendly. And you know, I think he's planning to do the same thing this season. I mean, looking at his intro video, he um, is kind of like, I didn't think I did that well, but I think Scott and Steven just like cool people, and that's why they asked me back because I'm a cool guy, and like you should work with me because I'm a cool guy. And I also think he's going to have some connections coming in. I think it's going to be interesting, and I think Luke is a great player that does not get talked about enough in BBSS world.
I think in the BBSS world, like comparing Luke to someone, say like Sean McGrath, two third placers, no offense to Kate Carvelis and Will Coleman, we love you both dearly. Hey, besties. But when we think of season 12 and the finale, I feel like, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm putting thoughts into people's heads, but for me, I think of like, damn, Sean was robbed, right? For season 14, Luke, in my opinion, was the best player that season, but I don't think we think, oh, Luke was robbed because Joe and Jason, the other members of that final three, were also so fucking good that Luke doesn't, I think, if you watch season 14, isn't perceived as big of a threat because the finale was still good. We had a good ending.
Yeah.
Um, Not that 12 was a bad ending, but maybe it was. And um, th- I think that's gonna. Luke, don't prove me wrong. I'm really excited for Luke.
I'm really excited too. But now I'm sad because I wanted him and I wanted to root for him, but I guess I'll still root for him, I guess, maybe.
Alrighty, so moving on, I have Luke. Steven now gets two picks, the only double
Oh,
pick in this draft. So,
yeah.
Steven,
So,
who are you taking next?
okay, so how my notes work here is I have two people as my top two, like, overall choice. I had 8 people on my second tier, 8 people on my third tier, and 2 people in my bottom that I don't want to pick. Luke was one of the top two. So I feel like it only makes sense for me to choose the other one, probably. Um,
I'm really curious if you're gonna. I have a top two as well.
I'm not good at at building the suspense, but I think this person is, I would say similar things about Luke as this person. I think,
Don't you dare! Don't you dare do it!
I don't know who you're talking about,
Okay.
but I think this person is the same way that they're very much, I'm really friendly. I'm a really friendly person. I'm not a big strategic threat. I don't, I don't think they want, but I don't think they want any or many competitions that I can think of off the top of my head. Maybe like a veto here and there. Um, Maybe an HOH. I can't remember. Yes, one HOH. Um, but still very like friendly, nice, social. Same thing intro video wise this season. I think I'm here to have fun. Like I'm here to have a good time. You should work with me. Like I just want to make friends. I'm cool. Like I'm fun. I'm making jokes in my intro video. Like you should want to work with me. The only thing I'm slightly worried about is that this person was kind of in a bigger alliance that was kind of dominant during their original season, and I don't know how much outside of it they controlled. They didn't make it to the end like Luke, but they were on the same season as Luke, and I'm gonna go with Faven.
Wow. Oh, work! Come on, Faven. Happy birthday, Faven.
Happy birthday, Faven! I really like Faven. I think this season, and usually how most All-Star returning seasons go, is it's not usually the people who have made the biggest splashes on their original seasons to really come and go for it. Um, or even the people that we pick pretty early in these drafts. So I think Faven is someone who people won't be referencing past BBS seasons and saying we need to take her out because of this thing that she did her first time around, which I think with how cutthroat some of these people are and how hardcore they're going to be playing, I think there's going to be a lot of past season catch up. I think people are going to go back and watch some things and see how other people did on their first time around. I don't think Faven has anything to worry about on that front in terms of she did something that was like against what she's saying she's gonna do right now. Like she didn't really backstab anyone. She didn't really like do anything against how she's acting right now. Whereas Luke, I don't know. Like Luke was a little devious
Yeah.
and saying he's not right now.
If people do the history,
And
like
there's
someone, at
definitely
least
going.
one person on the season is going
Yeah.
to. Um, that's true.
I think there's going to be a lot of history, especially episodes are so accessible now. They're just like right on Instagram, and especially because all of these people, you don't have to go back and look up their entire lore. Everyone here only played one time, and half of these people were evicted in the first 4 or 5 weeks. So I think there's going to be a lot of research done this season, which is exciting, but impacts the game.
Yeah. I am very excited for Faven. I, on the whole, to be clear, am very high on like this whole cast. However, I did rank them all 1 to 20 specifically in terms of how I would pick them. I had Faven down at 14.
Interesting. 14 for season 14.
14 for
Never
season
did I think
14.
that the two season 14 people would be the first two picks, by the way. I was not expecting that.
Not expecting that. Come on, season 14 pull through. No, I'm super excited for Faven. I think that Faven is going to. I think she's going to be one of the most liked and likable. Like Faven is just funny. She fulfills, in my opinion, a very similar niche that rest in peace Dina Rathke fills. She's not dead.
And everybody loves Dina.
But everyone loves Dina, and I think everybody will love Faven.
Again.
I agree. I hope we see a little more cutthroat. I agree with what you said about she was part of a larger alliance, and I think that like Jason and Joe kind of just got ahead of her. So I'm curious.
And Faven and Luke, I think, are a duo to watch out for.
Yeah, that's so true.
That's going to be really
so
exciting.
True.
One of the more undercover duos, I think.
I agree. People are not going to watch season 14 and expect them to be working together.
Yeah. I'm really excited for these two.
I'm excited for these two too. Come on, season 14, pull through.
All right, my second pick. So now I'm choosing between my second tier here. I'm deciding if I should make a personal decision or if I should make a smart decision.
Interesting.
Like, I'm going to make the personal decision, I think.
Okay, work.
Which, is it smart? I don't know. I am picking someone who I just want on my team. Like, at this point, yeah, it's we know these people and their history, but like it's still like a little crapshooty. You know, we don't know
That's
how.
crazy because my strategy is to pick people that I don't want on my team.
Is it your
Go
time
on.
to speak?
Bad joke. Go on. Sorry, I interrupted. I noticed it as soon as I started.
So we think we know these people, and we do, but we don't really know how they're going to interact with each other. So it's still a little crapshooty, these picks, based on a lot of stuff, but still a little crapshooty. So you know what? I'm just going to pick someone who I want to root for. Like, I don't know if they're going to win. We'll see, but like, I would just want someone that I can root for and like be proud that they're on my team. I'm going to pick someone that if they weren't on my team, I would just be upset. Like, I would just be like sad. This is someone, oh, I need to plug my computer in. This is someone that I love so much. Like, actually, this season would not be correct if they were not here. I was considering canceling second chances if they said no. Because it's someone that I loved immensely the first time. And the first time was a long time ago. And
Oh, yeah, I know who you're picking.
I have to pick Amanda. Like, I have to. Like, I love Amanda so much. And she's just, like, so funny. And so awesome. And she just went out with such a bang last time. That's the only reason I worry about her being on my team is because she went out in such fire last time. And it's very visible. Like, the episodes make it very clear that it, like, exploded in her face and it was her fault. But I've loved what Amanda's sent in so far. All of Amanda's videos are, I was chaos last season. It was COVID. We were all like connection starved, drama starved, like all this stuff. I called a house meeting. I was crazy. This was 3 years ago. I've changed. I didn't like some people in that season on a game level, but I don't hold anything against them because I assume they've changed in that time too. I am here to meet people, to make friends. I've moved back to America. We just want to give it one more shot. Like, I want to make friends. And I'm like, yes, like that's what you needed to do was get out in front of anything that's going to be used against you, admit to it, and say you've changed. Like, I love Amanda so much, and she's so drama, and I love her, and I'm so glad to pick her.
I am thrilled that Amanda is back. Like we've ever since season 7 happened, I feel like we've been waiting for her to come back. Um, she's someone I don't talk to Amanda a ton, but like she is someone that like we'll like swipe up on each other's stories, we'll chit chat here and there. I'm very excited to see what she'll do because again, it's been how many years now?
Almost three.
3 or 4
No,
since season
almost
7?
four. Yeah,
Almost 4 years.
3.5.
Crazy that it's been that long, but yeah, like season 7, the best season, first of all. I'll still say it.
Great.
Um, glad to have her as a representative from there. I had her down at my number 12 because I do fear the fire just a little bit. Not the fi
But I love it. Like it's
I love it. I love it so much. I agree.
like there
And
would be no point where I'm like, Amanda, like stop, you're bothering me. Like no point where that would happen, and therefore like is welcome on my team.
yeah. And I think luckily for her also, I would, as we saw on the Traders SS, check it out on YouTube. Um, but as Amanda
Good
returned
luck.
for the Traders, and when Amanda returned for the Traders, she was playing with people like specifically like Kristen, just throwing it out there. And Kristen was like, "No, I'm not doing this," because she still had the old Amanda in her head, and this is new Amanda we're working with. And listen, to be clear, I loved old Amanda. I don't know if old Amanda's still here, if she's gone, if it's just a combination. Like
He's
I'm
dead.
only going off of, by what Amanda Current has said. But I loved season 7, Amanda, and I hope we get at least some of season 7. I don't know. Big Amanda fan, very excited for Amanda. Um, it is now my turn.
Yes.
Um,
I feel good about those two picks. I feel very solid. I'm very happy with those. Okay, go ahead.
I've got a couple of people that I'm deciding between. However, I am just gonna stick to my gut and go with who I have as my number 2 because my number 2 is still on the board. And I'm gonna go with this person. Okay, so for me, this person normally in the preseason, if we don't hear from you a ton, it's hard for me to be like, I think this person's gonna kill it. This person is again, because it's vets, I think this is a weird exception. I've talked to this person since their season pretty consistently, and they've been ready to come back. They want to give it a second go based off of clearly what we saw in their first season, as well as what I know of them in other games as a whole. They are a player. They are here to play. They're here to play hard and play well. Um, just like Luke in my previous pick, I think this person is just going to be a very likable person. And generally for me, I think on a vet season more than anything, I think just being like a calm, likable, able to talk game presence is what people are going to gravitate towards. In addition, I think that this person is going to be very secretly connected. There are people on this cast, such as Simona, that are like, you look at the board and you're like, oh shit, she's gonna know a lot of people. And with this pick, I look at the board and you don't go, oh, this person's gonna know everyone, but I think she's gonna know a lot. Um,
She.
she,
I think
she,
I know who it is though.
um, this person has played on a season that has a lot of representation on this cast,
Mhm.
is universally liked by the people from that cast. I think through, dare I say, trigger word, BB Snap has proven herself to be a player with the capabilities to win multiple times even.
Mhm.
Um, and I just think that she's going to be, I don't know, I've just, my gut tells me that this person is going to do well this season, and I'm just going to follow my gut. So my number 2 is going to be Vic.
Yeah, good pick. On very strong. Vic was very strong on her first season, and calming and likable presence. I think are in a cast where there's a lot of chaos coming and people hating each other and people having preconceived notions about people they don't know. Like so much happening. I think a calm, likable presence is going to really stand out, and I think Vic is that. Um, yeah, I agree with what you said. It's a great pick. And we'll see.
I'm hoping she does better at comps because my God, she was bad at comps.
Who do you think she's secretly connected to? That's not
So
here.
obviously on season 13, I
Not her
think
secret.
Diego, Morgan, and Brandon all want to work with her.
Okay.
In addition, I think the biggest picks on the board for her, I'm pretty sure through Joe, her and Faven know each other well and will
Okay.
be working together. Based off of Vic's last text to us, I think she remembers Luke and wants to work with him. And I think Luke would remember her. So like just right off the bat, that's a lot of people like going to bat for Vic.
Hmm.
Um, just pulling up Instagram followers, like and like through Morgan comes Brett, through you know, like I don't know. I just think there's some people that don't have a lot of connections, and like don't get me wrong, like Vic doesn't have like the whole damn cast, but um, follow who is Vic followed by? Yeah, Faven, Brandon. I don't know why I just went Molly Murphy. They did play together. That makes sense. Ashley Ham, not on this cast, but
EB Snapper.
BB Snapper. Yeah, no,
Rob.
excited for Vic. I think she's gonna. I think Vic is someone that was here to play in season 13, got outplayed a little bit, and is not gonna want to let that happen this time.
So true. Excited for Vic.
Excited for Vic.
Vic was on my tier 2. So the cross Vic off. I think I know what I'm going with next. I think it's a little bit of a left field pick. But I think what you said about people gravitating towards calming presences really stuck with me. Because I look at this cast and I'm like, I mean, just looking at my list that I have here, I'm like, doesn't like someone on this cast already and is very much out for them. Chaos, kind of also chaos, definitely chaos. Confused, chaos, and doesn't like someone. Like so much chaos. There's just a lot of chaos. And this person, I'm like,
I think I already know who you're picking.
I don't really get that from you. And I say that I don't really get that from you because I don't really know, to be honest, because it's been so long. And we always have this thing.
Oh, okay, I was wrong, but now I know.
We always have this thing that goes on that somehow the person who was added to the cast at the last minute wins the whole season. It's happened so many times before. And this is someone that we didn't ask initially because we didn't think that he would say yes. Not because we didn't want him. He was in our consideration, but just not someone who's stayed very connected to us, which is fine. But we didn't bother asking because we didn't think he was going to say yes. But someone who, like, I should really go rewatch some of the stuff we have from that season. Like, really was doing well, and kind of the annoying people of the season, which was 13 out of 16 of them, were like,
Yes.
just overtook him and were like it was bad and everyone hated it and we were crying. So I do think this person, after thinking about it more and more, like is so deserving of a second chance. And I think this is someone who is so removed from chaos. I just think he needs to like stay like that. I don't really know his vibe anymore. I mean, it's been so many years. I don't even remember what he was like on his original season. I think he just like needs to like stay in that mentality, and he doesn't know pretty much anyone. I don't think, except like maybe some of the fandom people.
I don't even think there's any OG fandom people. Like maybe Peyton.
Peyton.
I even think Simona's too new. Like not that I mean Peyton and Simona are probably from the same era. I'm gonna look it up now, but
So I'm gonna go with Brandon Prince as my third draft pick. Doo-doo-doo.
oh, huh. There is one person on this cast that follows Brandon Prince.
Is
It is Sean McGrath.
yes, Sean. That makes sense. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. I think that's gonna be crazy. I think Brandon is gonna be someone who is just like calm, which I think is gonna be good. So I'm going Brandon Prince.
Very nice. Um, Alrighty, back to me.
Well, what are your thoughts on it?
Oh, Brandon. Oh, that's right. I didn't give my thoughts on Brandon. I'm so I'm so excited to have Brandon here. It's exactly what you said. He's someone that I never thought would play
Yeah,
game again because of disrespectfully how shit season 6 was.
yeah.
Like normally I said like with peace and love, no, with war and hate, season 6 was bad. I'm looking at you, Maris. Actually, no, she made the season fine, which is crazy. Um, I'm looking at you, Kaylee. I'm looking at you.
Yeah, but like, what are we even looking at? Because they don't even no, they're not even worth the attention.
I don't even know who is Kaylee anyway.
I was gonna say what our comic name was gonna be, but I feel like we shouldn't say that on posted too.
I forgot about that. Anyway, moving forward, Brandon. Yeah, no, I'm really excited for Brandon. I think for me, because I like thought that he would never want to play again, I think I'm still in that mindset of like, oh, he's only here because he has to be, yada, yada, yada. One thing that I don't think I've been considering, and which is really funny, is so Brandon's currently living with Matthew, I'm pretty sure. And like
Yeah,
Matthew has played twice and like really wants to play again. So I like think and hope that like Matthew will be playing vicariously through Brandon and like therefore Brandon will be like more like really
yeah.
want to play and do well because Matthew was really great in both of his seasons. Um
Matthew was an era.
Matthew was an
Do
era.
you think Brandon is gonna have connections to season 7 people through Matthew?
Maybe, but here's the thing. I don't think that Matthew remembers Amanda too fondly,
Oh, definitely not fondly. I was gonna say he definitely remembers her
certainly. And I don't know if Matthew and Matt had any kind of
connection.
relationship or interaction
Yeah.
or really. So, like, sure, but like, I think Brandon would be more likely to gravitate towards people like Sean or Peyton.
Probably Sean. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know about Peyton.
Um, I just think people with that vibe.
Yeah. Okay, Brandon. Great. Let's move on.
I did have Brandon further down on my list, but
I'm picking all the underdogs.
so excited. Okay, back to me. This is so tough. This is so tough. Um, okay. Scott, just stick to your gut. Just stick to your gut, stick to your list, stick to your gut. I'm gonna go with this next person because it's interesting. I'm not trying to pick all recent people. This is another person that played recently. Um, they did very well. They're kind of filling a lot of my criteria of like good person to have earnest, strategic conversations with that might come off as a calming presence, is going to be good at comps, to protect people, knows how to make an alliance, knows how to play. Like, I just think like the framework is there. I don't think it's going to come off as the biggest threat. Um, However, there is one major factor majorly working against this person. That factor is named Liz. Um, and I'm hoping both for Liz's and this person's sake that
You can just say it. Like obviously.
Ryan, I hope for both Liz's and Ryan's sake that they don't tunnel on one another. I really hope so. I'm trying to think of like the equivalent of like honestly season 13. I was worried about this with Eric and Dally, and they were able to put it aside, and then Eric won.
And Helicopter Jury.
And Dally got pre-jury. Unfortunately, when and like oh listen, I am contractually obligated to be nice to Liz
Wait, why? What did
because
this?
she said be nice to me, and I said okay. Um,
When did that happen?
Oh no. She said that so we can hang out later this. Oh, Liz is in town. Or going to be, I think.
Oh, in our town. Not. I thought you meant New York. I was like, that's not my town.
No. Liz is gonna be in the area. I think I mean for Dan and Wick and whatnot, but um all to say. Um I think no offense, Liz, love you girl. Of Liz and Ryan, my gut tells me Ryan's gonna do better in the same way that Eric did better with Dally.
Mhm.
Um, so I'm gonna pick Ryan. I'm gonna pick Ryan. I have high hopes for him this season. I think he made a big move in the early weeks of 15. And I think that there will be bigger personalities around him this time. So hopefully that like, something like that wouldn't be like detrimental.
Yeah.
He's played other games. He recently played Julie Moss's game, did really well. He's someone else that is a lot more connected than I thought. I was looking at his followers. Like he's someone that surprised I didn't know this is very close with Simona. So fun fact about that. Um, and it's just gonna be more connected. I feel great about Ryan. I'm pretty sure I picked him third in the draft last time, or I had him as like my third place overall pick. He was my number 3 pick this time. Granted, last time he got pre-jury, so we'll see how it goes this time. Pulling for Ryan, yes.
Yeah, I mean, Ryan's in my second tier as well. I think Ryan's a good pick. Ryan is someone that made a big move on his HOH reign, and it was like overall, I think a successful move. Like it wasn't just a big dumb move. It was like good and it worked. And not only was that move good and successful, it was also very well and very carefully thought out. Which I remember that night he was on calls with a bunch of people. He was texting people. He was making sure that if he put Zach up, Zach was going to go home. He wasn't just doing it to make the big move and ha 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 ha, I'm going to take out Zach kind of thing, which I really respect. The big move was well constructed and well thought out and well executed, and it worked out well in the end. His problem was that he just made himself too big of a target too soon. And because he had people like Sarah and Brogan, it just like escalated his threat level because he had two people who are so close to him. I do think this season that because there are so many people who are such big personalities that hopefully that might not be a problem for him anymore, but we'll see. Cool. Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 people left on my second tier. I think I know who I'm going to pick. I can't remember where I picked this person last time, to be honest. But I do remember thinking I would be very pleased and I would be very shocked if this person did well. And they did. They did extremely well. I would say probably the best on the season. I think the same thing going into this time. I think this person is so loud, I think is the word that I'm just going to use, that I can't imagine that they do well again. They've already have this experience behind them that they did this well and got this far and made these big moves. There's no way that that doesn't follow them. But that's the exact same thing I thought about last time. So I'm like, and I think I did have this person last time. I want to say.
If it's the person that I'm thinking of, you most definitely did.
I also love this person. I'm going with the vibes of like I really want to root for this person and therefore I want them on my team because I don't want to root against my team or root for someone on Scott's team. So I'm gonna pick Sean.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Sean is so like he's so much, but I feel like that's not technically. I think that's traditionally used in like an annoying sense. But I don't mean so much like in the annoying sense. I think he's just like so much.
Well, yes.
Like his video, for example, is just like a lot to digest. And it's really funny. But I feel like what I thought last time when he made a similar video was like, this is going to put a target on him because he's just like making himself stand out. But I think that's Sean's ultimate like biggest thing that's going for him is that he makes himself stand out like that, but he's really likable. So I think people see him stand out, but they go to him and they want to work with him. So I feel very good about Sean. Sean was probably maybe the closest in BBSS history to not win, I would say. I would say one of.
Yeah, I think the only other person that comes close, in my opinion, is Wick. I think Wick would have been a
Yeah.
shoo-in. And Dalton was fantastic, and I think honestly deserved it more than like, oop. But in terms of like a shoe-in jury vote, I think you're right.
So close to not being on the season, but maybe it's for the best. Maybe he comes back and plays again and wins. So we'll see. I love Sean, so I'm excited.
Um, yeah, this was a really good pick. I was really close to picking Sean very soon. I had Sean at my 5. Um,
Next one, 4.
my next one is 4, yeah. So I'll get my top 4. Um, Sean is someone I do think that he's going to do very well. I think that I agree with what you're saying about like I think that the best his season is going to be is someone that should be perceived as a huge threat, as out in front or whatever. However, I think coming into the season that he's going to be simultaneously connected to all of the new people that are in the group chat and all of the old fandom people. And I think he's going to be able to hide his threat level because I think people leave season 12 and they think of Simona as the big player, not Sean. Because Sean, for most of the season, was able to hide behind her. Um, I think this is a great pick. I think that don't get me wrong, I could foresee a world where like he like happens to go early, but I really more foresee a world where he makes a deep run into this game. Um, yeah, I this is a great pick. I really would have loved to have Sean on my team.
Cool. Let's keep chugging.
Chugging along. Okay. Let me erase the. Alrighty, my turn.
Got 3 people in my. Sorry. Yeah, 3 people in my second tier left.
Okay, I'm going with my number 4 pick. This is someone that I think the people that know this person just simply won't want to evict them. And I think that's, in a game of Big Brother, a great quality to have. I think, I'll just say it one more time. The people that know this person are not going to want to get rid of them. They're going to want to play the game with them. I think the people that don't know this person will hopefully, I think they will, grow to like them quickly. The only hesitancy I have is I think compared to the people on my team, like a Luke, like a Vic, like a Ryan, who I can like in my gut concretely count on to like reach out to a lot of people, make good social inroads and connections early. I don't necessarily get the same vibe from this person. I just get the vibe that they're going to be very well liked and people aren't going to want to get rid of them. I hope that the same thing doesn't happen to them that happened on their original season. Because what happened on their original season was I think they were well liked, but they just kind of got looped in with the wrong crowd and weren't quite active enough to change their position in that. And I'm hoping that this time, through being around long enough, played enough minis, gathered enough of a reputation, and being very well liked, wink to camera on the cast, I think that I gotta go with my gut and pick Matt Byram.
Yeah, I think that's a great pick. Matt would have probably been my next pick.
Um, I'm really excited for his chances. I think he's got a lot of good connections coming in, not from, I mean, yes, from season 7, because I think Amanda is going to be a great asset to him, but also from later seasons that he's met along the way. In all honesty, Matt is the person on this season that I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, has been around BBSS in its full scope for the longest. The only people that played before him on this cast were
Oh, on the cast you're talking about.
on the cast, yeah. The only people that were around before him on this cast were Morgan and Brandon. And unless I am like crazily missing something. I would not say that Morgan Kane or Brandon Prince have really kept up with the sphere of BBSS and are going to know a ton. Matt has watched the rest of our franchise play out. He's seen these people get added to chats and get added to sequesters. And I just think he's someone that a lot of people, if they're still involved in the BBSS world, will know who he is. And I think if you know who Matt is, again, I just don't think that people are going to want to get rid of Matt. I think people are going to want to work with Matt. I think people want to see Matt do better this season. Like, I don't know. I just get good vibes. I can't quite put a finger on it.
I mean, there were people who cried when he was evicted last time.
Who? Lily?
Lily made a
Okay.
teary-eyed goodbye
I
message.
do remember that. Oh, Lily and Matt with the duo that I forgot about.
And Addie.
And Addie, my Purple Heart Pro. Never mind. We're not going to go there. And
I don't even know what you're going to say. I do love Matt. And I think Matt, like, hopefully, like, I think he's, like, one of the biggest robbed pre-jurors in my mind. Like, had such potential. And I feel like he's been waiting so long to come back since season 7. Like
yeah,
Morgan and Brandon have not been waiting to come back, so that would make Matt the person who's been waiting to come back the longest that's on this cast.
yeah.
So I think he's been thinking.
I hope so. I hope so.
Also, he looks like
Matt,
he has a crazy shoulder, like neck tan line in this photo, which I'm never gonna unsee.
Matt does?
Yeah,
I don't see it, but I
it looks like he's shirtless, and that's a neck tan line.
Oh, I see.
Never gonna unsee.
Oh God, now I can't unsee that either.
And now no one can. Okay, my turn. 2 people left in my second tier. Should I stick with them?
I think you should go to your don't pick tier.
Good one. Because I think we have the same one. Um,
I don't know if we do. Do you think we do? Maybe we do.
well, we'll see. I'm wondering if I should skip these 2 people. Now I'm being self-conscious. Okay. In the pre-jury of their season, this person was a major force. Granted, there were a lot of major forces this season, so, like, get in line. But they were taken out because they were a major force pretty early in the game. Do I want to choose this person? Oh my gosh. I have to. And also, I just think they're funny. So I'm choosing funny people. That's what I'm going with right now.
Oh, ha! I was like going through my list. I was like, who the fuck are you picking? I think I'm there now.
I think this person is connected with the people -1 of who were on their original season. And I also think they've been starting to make some connections with some people who aren't on their original season. Which I think in a game where everybody knows whose original season was whose, having some connections outside your original season is going to be very beneficial, especially tying you into other seasons and other groups of people. So, I think this person is great, and I love them. And I really enjoy watching them and rooting for them, and I really hope this time they go farther than they did their first time. So I'm going to choose Diego.
Good pick. I love Diego so much. I love like Diego, honestly, like that's bestie for real. Like big Diego fan over here. I had him as my number 18. So
Why?
I don't know why. I don't know why. This is not me thinking that Diego's gonna do poorly. I don't know why. My gut is just like, I think he's gonna get the chop early. I don't know why. I don't want it to be true. I don't want it to be true. However, I've gone with my gut for past drafts and I've won most of them. So I just had to follow it this time. And my gut, I don't want it to be true. I love Diego so much. And I don't know. I just get the gut feeling that he's going to be pre-jury this season. And I hate saying that. I hate saying it. I have no reason to really say that. I think Diego might go early. Oh no. I'm so sad. Maybe it's not true. Maybe Diego wins, and I would love for that to happen because I love Diego. This is not a lack of faith. This is a psychic gut feeling.
Okay, cool. I was watching a clip of Sue telling everyone that her age was actually 58 and not 45. But keep going.
Come on, Bowie Jane. Okay.
Bowie Jane, is that what Bowie Jane did?
Yeah, when like it was she was like, I'm actually 45. And everyone was like, yeah, girl, we know. You're not 30.
No,
Like,
she was like, I'm 29, right? What's she said?
yeah, she was like, I'm 20. And we're like, girl, we know you're not in your 20s. Like, what? Like,
Okay. Clear this box out of here. All right.
okay.
Next.
My number 5 has been taken, so I go to my number 6. Okay, this is where it gets tricky. This is where I'm like, do I switch it up?
That's what I said.
Gets a little wishy-washy. Um, hmm. I've definitely got my next 3, like my 6, 7, 8 are definitely the next 3 people that I think I want.
Okay, so why?
But the question is, which of them do I go with? Um, okay, I think I'm gonna go with this next. No, I'm gonna switch it up. Okay. Nope. Nope. I'm gonna go with my gut. I'm gonna go with my gut. I'm gonna go with my gut. Okay.
Which is.
Which is my number 6. Every time I've talked to this person about this season,
I know who it is.
okay,
I'm just kidding. All right, keep going.
they're like, yeah, but I'm not gonna go far. I'm gonna do bad. I don't think so. I think that you care a lot more than you're letting on. I think that we love to joke about how we're not going to show up to competitions, but I think you'll be sad at each one. I think we love to joke about how we're just here for high camp. I think you're going to care. I don't
I,
think you're going to care so much to make it toxic because we've been down that road before. Well, yes, we have. That was not camp. I think we're here for actual camp. We're here for camp take 2.
Camp Take Two.
Um, I think this person.
This person should not be here right now. This person should have won.
That's a giant fuck you to Eric.
Oh.
Oh, we're talking about 2
No,
different
I'm
people.
just kidding. I'm kidding. But yeah, it is.
Um, yeah, I mean, if it wasn't clear already, Morgan Stum joined the lineup of my team. I feel good. Morgan's a very social player. She's very good at comps. She's got some tough competitions in the competition field this season, but I think she's well liked. I do think that people will see her as a threat, especially with Brett on this cast, so that is a little worrisome. However, I do, and this is no shade to Brett.
People like know that.
The people in the chat, I think it's known. I think it's known.
Think so? I'm trying to think of a time where it's been like explicitly stated.
I mean, maybe not. Maybe
Brett
not.
mentioned her in his intro video, but
Well, there's a time. Yeah, I don't know why. I feel like and it's funny to say because like Brett is definitely like a bigger fan of reality television and like probably knows strategy a little more. But I don't know, like, and I don't doubt that Brett could make it further than Morgan. This is about to be such a drag on Brett. But I think that if Brett does make it farther than Morgan, I don't know why my gut tells me it's like because he's played badly and is a goat. Like I don't know why. That's what I think. But I think if Morgan could go home early, but I think it's gonna be because she's doing well and not because she's not doing well. So I'm going with Morgan.
I think it's a good pick. Morgan actually was in my third tier. My gut just tells me I don't know if she's gonna be able to pull it out the same way she did last time. But
I agree.
also like something in my gut is like that was her chance. But with that being said, like I want nothing more than Morgan to make a deep run in this game again. Like, I love Morgan. I love Morgan's style of playing. I love watching Morgan. I love Morgan talking shit about people. I love everything that has to do with Morgan. So, good pick. I'm just so uncertain on so many things with all these people that I
Yeah.
don't feel like she's gonna go far good. But we'll see. I don't want any of these people to go pre-jury, but there's gonna be 7 of them. So.
Crazy. All right, back to you.
I have one person left in my second tier, and I don't know if I can do it.
Oh, I think I know. I think I know what you're talking about.
Do you think I do? You think you do?
I think I think your tone could mean a couple of things, but I think I know what you're talking about.
What does my tone indicate?
I'm not gonna uh I'm not gonna put words in your mouth.
Okay. Um. Wait, I have to decide first.
Do 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 do.
I am surprised by how many people I'm like, I don't know if I want to pick them. I really was like, I'd be happy with anyone on my team. But now I'm like, this many people left. There are so many people. I'm like, I don't know. Okay. I am gonna go with my initial gut as well, and I'm gonna pick the last tier 2 person. And in my mind, I can't even rationalize why I put them on tier 2. Here's the thing. Knowing nobody this season could be someone's downfall because they're not connected, or it could be the reason they go far and win the game because they don't have prior connections or nobody has thoughts about them. I feel like I really want to take a shot in the dark pick here. I'm going to go with Morgan Kane.
Come on.
Morgan Kane is the only, I'm looking at it again, the only person in this cast, besides maybe the only person in this cast who has no connection to anybody here. Nothing. Not heard of you, not saw you play a game, nothing. So, I'm trying to think of the closest connection I can think of is Morgan knows Dan, Dan knows Liz. Morgan and
Yeah,
Liz.
that's
maybe.
probably the one step removed.
I'm really interested by Morgan. And I feel like I just want to have someone I like to have the OGs because I'm like, oh, they're the OGs.
Mhm.
I think we've never had a returner like Morgan Kane before. Someone who is so fucking far removed from playing before, from everything. It's been almost 5 years that I don't know what to expect. I don't know if she's gonna be get back into it and be like, oh my gosh, this is so much different than I remember. And I also don't know any of these people. I'm overwhelmed. There's gonna be, I'm talking to however many different people, 17 other people at the biggest point, and I'm overwhelmed and I don't know anyone. Or she'll take it as oh, I just like talking to people, and that's how I'm staying safe. Is I'm just talking to people and being genuine. I'm not plotting. I'm not scheming, and I don't know. I don't know what to expect from her. So we'll see. But I wanted to make that pick.
I have high hopes. I hope Morgan someone and the few times that I do get to see her from time to time in person, I love Morgan Kane. Love Morgan. Love Morgan. Um she's someone that I hope leaves this season and I talk to more. You know what I mean? I don't feel like coming we're close with for example, Dan is someone that pre Big Brother did not know him. And yes, I consider him like a friend from home, but like he truly is like a friend from these games
Mm-hmm.
because we did not like each other in high school. Um,
Gee, I didn't know that.
um,
Drama.
Drama. Um,
Okay.
but like Morgan's great. Season, I feel like Morgan was, especially in, era one of BBSS, one of the more like iconic pre-jury flameouts. Like the season 5 trailer centered around Dan backdooring Morgan. It was one of the reasons, like, you know what I mean? Like that
True.
that OG stretch, like she was a fixture of like not necessarily like her and her gameplay, but like that moment. And
Hmm.
as time has gone on, it's kind of faded more into obscurity and other huge things have happened. And I honestly don't think anyone except Brandon Ridge will like know
Do you think Brandon will know Morgan? Do you
yes.
think? You think
Yes.
so?
Yes.
That would be crazy.
And I think if he doesn't know Morgan, I think he's immediately going to go to the season 3 episodes and find out who she is.
It's so funny to me.
Um, I'm excited for her. I hope she makes waves. You're right. I think the biggest thing against her is the fact that she knows 0 people. And unfortunately, it's unfortunate. She told us going in, there's just unfortunately nothing we can do about it. She's spending all of like day 1 and 2 at a wedding, which unfortunately I think is going to be really tough to make inroads in the beginning. Um,
We'll see. We'll see. I've had
I had her down at
lower
6.
hopes in people.
Um, but yeah, I'm excited for Morgan. I'm really excited to see her back. More than anyone on this cast, I'm like she's one of the asks that if she said no, it would have been so justified and we wouldn't have like been like, "No, you have to say yes." But I'm so glad that she did say yes and that she's here.
Um. uh. Hold on one second.
Okay. Are
This
you
is
gonna
how
get
old Morgan Kane's season is.
yes.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
old. Where did that come?
One thing about Morgan Kane is she's gonna use a kissy face selfie for her DR photo. I know that's
What is
right.
the veto meeting? What does the veto meeting exist? Because we're at the eviction. Wait, I really want to find this. Sorry, hold on. This is important to me. Oh yeah, Morgan
Morgan, you have
lied
lied to
to.
both me and my allies and made yourself vocally against me. And for that, you're my replacement nominee.
Oh, Tommy randomly.
Not Tommy.
Ah, look at
Oh,
that.
legends. Legends. This Marion Alliance. Wow. Remember when the game was based around things like that?
Morgan goes to Dan, giving no shits, telling him that Michael told her about the plan to backdoor her. She also says that he knows that he and Juliana are running the game. Dan, already knowing this info, doesn't really care. Oh, legend.
Iconic. Oh, this is such a side note. This is such a side note. We were robbed of seeing Morgan Kane's face when Michael Foster Leon walked through those fucking doors. Instead, Michael Flopster Leon dropped the season after agreeing to play.
No, stop.
No, love Michael. I'm being
Oh my
dramatic.
god, this was so funny. Robbed.
Queen Sarah McGovern making an appearance on the draft video.
Why is there nothing for me?
Steven had so many thoughts. And there's Frankie, player of the episode. Jump scare. Okay.
I just have to say,
What a time. Season 3, everyone. Go check it out. A great season.
if you like Big Brother SS, you need to go back and watch
You need
seasons
to
one,
watch
2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. Just watch them. Like, if you have time, just like click through them.
Watch them.
Honestly, like peak, and we'll never come back from it. But anyway,
The COVID times. Oh, what a good walk down
oh
memory.
my gosh, so funny.
Anyway, excited to have Morgan back.
Yeah.
Alrighty, my next pick. I'm just gonna go with my gut. I'm gonna keep following down my list. I don't have a lot of pre-jurors on my team. I want to pick another pre-juror. We've got a couple left to choose from here.
What do I have? I didn't even look at that breakdown. Pretty good
Um,
balance. I have half and half. Perfect.
um, so yes, for my sixth pick, my seventh on my list overall, I'm going to be picking this person because I think they're coming back and they want to play really well. They've been also waiting for their second chance, thinking about it for a while. Um, and I think it's going to come back and like want to make it happen. The only drawbacks I have about this person, I don't think they're going to be the most connected, and I worry that they'll fall on the outs. Um, However, I think I'm forgetting. Like, I know in my brain, I rationalize the memory of saying this person, and especially in the early days of their season, was so good. I think one of the highest week one rankings of all time. Um, Yet my memory is just like, yeah, they were good. And I don't know what they're gonna do this season. However, they were great the first time. I have to trust that they are back. They really want to play. I've talked to them a lot individually about how they want to play again. They're really thinking about, they really went through their initial game and realized, what maybe went wrong, what can we do differently? Like, is definitely preparing and like wants to be here, wants to play well. And I think Ken, it's just a little like yet to be seen in my brain in terms of like exactly how it's going to happen or who it's going to happen with, because I think they are a bit disconnected. So I think they're going to have to break down some walls more so than others, but I have overall good gut feelings. That being said, she was so robbed on season 11, and I'm excited to see what she does this time around. We're going with Paige.
Great pick. Paige would have been my next pick. Absolutely. Um, I do also remember really saying Paige was robbed. I remember coming out of that eviction and being like locked second chance pick. Alexandra and Anna went home and we were like second chances, but we were like scratch them. Paige is like the ultimate second chances pick. Yeah, really did well in the early days. I haven't really reread season 11 in a long time, but I do agree. I don't know where she goes. Like, I don't know what her path is. I
She's
don't
got to
know.
completely forge it herself.
I don't know if like Morgan Page Alliance for like Eric's besties kind of thing. Um, that's kind of all I can imagine that she would like be able to do. Like that's like her only logical connections right now that I can think of. Charles Mono Peyton. Yeah. So exciting. I'm excited to see what she does. So we'll see. My turn. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
But true.
Okay. I'm trying to think of like ways to covertly explain, but I'm just gonna say I'm nervous to pick this person because they haven't sent in their intro video yet. I'm not in my mind, they are not even confirmed to be on this season. So I have hesitancies to pick Peyton. But I'm going to be clear. I think that if Peyton will lock in, he will do very well. And the thing is, he took a while to commit to us because he wanted to make sure he could lock in. And I believe him when he says, I've gone through the discernment and I've decided that I will commit to this season. He's not being an inactive flop, I don't see, which is in stark contrast to what he is giving us right now. Granted, he was on vacation. He was in Texas. He lives in Texas. He was doing something. To To be clear, like I really like Peyton. I feel like I'm giving him a lot of shit right
Yeah,
now. To be fully clear, um, and it's not even like that. I don't like hounding him. Like I don't really care about that. It's just like I'm worried that this will translate into his commitment level. So I hope it doesn't. Like I'm hoping. Like I don't care when he gets the video into us. To be honest, I just don't want that to be indicative of how he's going to play the season. Which I have faith in him as a host and a former good player and all that stuff that he's going to be by his word. So Peyton's someone that's interesting. Peyton the first time around made a great first move of backdooring Darby and it didn't work out. Darby came back into the game.
Ugh, imagine if Darby was forever a pre-jury boot.
Well, she wasn't because she got that thing that we decided was a good twist. Um, which I think it was, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
Love you, Darby. Peyton, I think, is is someone that kind of got screwed by that. But Peyton was doing well. Peyton was actively connected to a lot of people. Peyton, Dina, Elijah, never forget the Pretty Little Liars. Um, I really like Peyton.
And Maddie, do forget, but well, yes,
Maddie wasn't a part of that.
yeah, she was.
Not of that named alliance. I'm almost certain that it was just the three of them.
Maybe,
And Maddie was just kind of like also there.
maybe Peyton, Elijah, and Maddie had their own group of three without Dina. I think
Probably.
that's what it was.
Dina,
Anyway,
Dina Rathke robbed being on this season.
we miss you, Dina.
Dina, I love you, and I would invite you back for any season, even if there were no returners on it.
Like we're gonna do like Big Brother, like Dina versus Dina.
Dina versus random people who haven't played before, but Dina is there. Uh, Peyton, I love him. I'm picking him. That's that.
Yeah, I think if you're just looking at picks on the board, ignoring like past relationships, seasons, history of this pregame, if you're just looking at like players on the board, I think Peyton ranks in like the top three most dangerous picks in terms of like dangerous players, good to have. Um, Peyton is a force in, I just feel like these games as a whole. He was a force on season 8 of BBSS. Um, he's out there, and you're right that like when he plays, he plays. I do agree with you that he would not have committed to us if he was not prepared to play. Um, if we had drafted 2 weeks ago, he's probably ranked very high on my list. I had him at 11, right in the middle of the pack for me, because I am simultaneously like, no, Peyton is here to play. Peyton is here to play because that's what he does. He's here to play. He's going to lock in. He's going to be great. I'm simultaneously like, did he just say yes because someone else on this cast got to him? Did he like is that why he's here? Is he gonna be disappointed when Dina's not here? Maybe that's our bad. I've also heard rumor of a trip and a meetup happening. And
With whom?
the last time, a little BBSS history, because I love this duo so much. But the last time we had one of this duo playing was season 11. And famously, Santana went MIA when she went to go meet up with Peyton and friends. And I believe there is a very similar trip happening around the New Year's time frame. And I believe that might have been what Peyton was alluding to when he needed to figure out if he wanted to play. And I think Simona was a factor in maybe him playing. So I'll be very curious to see what this Peyton Santana group meetup is. Also, shout out Santana. Hey, miss you. Love watching the videos. Yes, and yes, hooray. Quick shout out to Santana. Santana's one, like I like do not talk to her that often, but like will randomly like a story or like comment on a post, and I'm like, oh, love that. Anyway, Um, all to say, my brain is like Peyton's gonna be
I
fucking
trust him. I trust
good,
him.
but my gut is like, is he? And that's
I
why I was,
trust him. I trust him.
yeah,
Peyton is not Santana.
that is factually true.
Moving
Um,
on.
alrighty, moving on to my next pick.
This is
Okay,
dirty. Oh my gosh.
I've been playing this little song and dance this whole time.
I already know who you're gonna pick.
Yep. And I know that Stephen, I don't see a world where you like really wanted to pick this person early, so I know that I could have let them go for a while.
Well, maybe I don't know who you're gonna pick actually.
Um, there's a chance that this person gets first boot after all of this. And that would be fucking wild. And you know what? I'd clap. I'd cheer. I'd shout and I'd say, crazy first week if this person is the first boot.
Sure.
I don't want it to happen because she's a great friend and she just stayed with me, and I'm really excited for her to play this season again. So to be clear, I'm not hoping that she's the first boot. I really want to get to see her play again. I think it would be hilarious, but I don't want it to happen. And I don't think it will happen. Um, I'm picking Simona. I think Simona is she's another one, just like Peyton. She is here to play. She's here to play. Um, and she's good. She's fucking good. The caveat this time, everyone and their damn mother knows that she's fucking good. You know why? Because she doesn't stop talking about that she's fucking good. Um, and I love that about her, but I don't think people are just gonna let it slide. I think there's a lot of people that are like, Simona's good. However, I'm wondering if there's like an Eric effect of season 13 where it's like everyone walked into season 13 and there was this from the very get-go, everyone was like, oh, Eric's a snake and Eric's a good player and Eric's here to play. And I think people are going to say the same thing about Simona. And you know what I think they're going to do next? Work with Simona. Like, that's what I think is going to happen. That's exactly what I think is going to happen. Because I think no one on this cast knows everyone, and it's going to be easier to take out the people that you don't know over the people that you do know. And I think a lot of people know Simona and are going to trust her for at least the beginning, and that's all you've got to give her. She's good at comps. She's got some ride or dies. She's good at the game. Do I think her path to a win is going to be tough? Yes. I think likely what is going to happen is she gets cut somewhere along the end, just like season 12, because she's not going to be able to manage her threat level. If I had to read her down just like that. Um, that's what I foresee happening. However, don't count her out. I think if she gets to the end, it's an insane feat. I think it's going to be hard for her. I think it's going to be hard. But if anyone can do it, it is her. And I have more faith in her than I do some other left field picks in terms of like a good solid pick on the board. So I'm taking Simona, my number 8 on my list.
Nice. Yeah, Simona, I mean, I agree with everything you've said. Like, everybody knows that she played really well last time, and not only that she played really well last time, that she plays really well always. So, it's going to be interesting, and the thing is, I don't like imagine her going pre-jury. Like, it's not like I don't like foresee that happening. Like, I don't see that. But like, how could she not? We'll see. And that's that. Next. I always when I'm making it, I'm in these like last few picks where it's like I know who I really like kind of don't want to pick right now, but there's a few that I'm like I don't really know who I want to pick out of you. Like none of you are speaking to me. I always envision who I could see like we're on the last Zoom and we're saying like you have one big brother. I don't know how you got there. I'm just like envisioning that I'm
Yeah.
saying it to you. There are a number of people here where I'm like, I just like can't, and I don't know why I can't envision that. And granted, it hasn't worked in the past when I've used this strategy, but I'm going to do it again. So I am going to pick someone that I think I could see somehow being at the end and somehow winning. The only reason why I haven't picked them yet and why I can't decide if I can see them winning is because they make so many enemies. And
Uh,
like personal enemies. Like not even like I hate you in the game, like I hate you in real life kind of thing.
just gonna go ahead and add her to the
And so it's like I feel like I'm like worried because I think about season 15 and I'm like, if she got to the end, like, would people have voted for her? Like, did she make such
I don't
like
know.
like she if Tyler was not there and like probably like Sarah too, she objectively like played the best game out of whoever was left by the time she was evicted.
Well, I think Julia did play a better game than her, but
Um, but would people have voted for Liz? I don't know. I think she plays such a fun game and it's like fun for us to watch because she trash talks a lot of people, but also she like trash talks people not in her diary room too.
she trash talks me.
We're besties. But um I'm gonna pick Liz.
Yeah. Um,
Her intro video is like really scary because it looks like someone's holding a gun at her and being like, you have to be nice. Like I don't
it
know.
really is. She's like, "Hi, I'm Liz," and I love it. I love it.
Like I think it's just because I know who Liz is. Like
Not
actually.
this. It's
And
not
it's
this.
not
No,
that.
it's
I was
not.
like, I was like, someone in behind the camera is pointing a gun at her. And Sarah said the same thing. Sarah- and so I'm like, is Liz like, is that her plan? Like trying to keep her like keep up this facade all season? Is that
I
like
think so. I think so. I think she's gonna try and find the people that she can make her Tyler in
Mhm.
terms of just be real with, and foreshadowing. I think that's gonna be Diego.
Yeah,
Um,
that's gonna be so funny.
the
And
Liz, listen, the Liz Diego duo that is
I kind
bound
of
to
think Liz,
happen,
Diego, and Vic are gonna be like a trio.
and I think Liz is gonna get in tight with her. I totally agree. I foresee that happening, and I live for it.
So Liz, I love, and I wish I were the cockroach.
I
All
wish
time,
I were the
one of the
cockroach.
all-time funniest DRs. So,
Whoa.
so more funny DRs, and hopefully, yeah, I agree with what you said earlier. That I hope Liz and Ryan don't tunnel vision each other. Not that I really see them working together, but they don't need to be like,
No, I
I
don't think there's
need
any
to
world.
have this person out right now, and that's all I can think about. And you shouldn't do that because it's not good. Whatever.
No,
So
we've had like the Memorial Aaron Bella redemption arc we work together now. Don't see it for them.
no.
You don't see it for them. I see the Memorial Eric Daly. We're
Or
gonna
like
coexist
Caden
at some
Haley,
point.
same thing. Uh,
Yeah, but Caden Haley had the redemption arc.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't see that. I think
I know
zero
you
percent
mentioned
chance.
Bella and Aaron, and I said Caden Haley.
Oh. Sorry. Yes.
All
Um.
right, take a pick.
Well, I want to talk about Liz.
Oh, sorry.
Liz, is actually the first person since Sean that you've taken out of my top 10. I had Liz at 10. Um, kind of for the reason that you said. I could sit at the end of the season and imagine us saying, "Congratulations, Liz, you are the winner of Big Brother," where I couldn't for some other people. Um, and I think it's exactly what you said in terms of like, I worry. I'm just curious if Liz is leaving 15 and is in a spot to really like play. And I don't know what exactly I mean by that, but I think her game on 15 was, and it's weird to describe because I don't think Liz, when you think of Liz, you think like extremely loyal player. But the reality is that's what her game is. It's
Yeah, for
finding the
sure.
people
Yeah.
that she rocks with and really vibes with on a personal level, and then makes that about game two. And I see for her that those people are going to be Diego. I think she would really vibe with Faven. I think she's set herself up preseason to not think that. Um,
I also don't think that. I think Faven's too nice for her.
you think Faven's too nice?
Yeah.
Faven, like Emily Crop and Weed major, picking fights with
But
her in the
like,
chat.
that's not the same thing. That's not the same thing. That's like easy target. You know what I
That's
mean?
fair. Yeah. Hmm.
Sorry,
Uh, sorry, Emily. Whew. Hope your studies are going well.
all these people catching so many strays who are not
Or
even.
that crop girl. I hope those crops are going strong. Okay. Yeah, Liz, I don't know. I'm curious to see if she's
I
gonna be
think Liz
able.
is like. No, I'm not gonna say anything.
Oh no, go on.
I think Liz. I think it's funny, but I think Liz is like mean. I think
Oh, extremely.
I
Yeah.
I think Faven's just like I don't know. I wouldn't say Faven's mean.
No, Faven's not mean. But Faven knows how to joke around.
Yes. I don't like in my mind they don't work together well. They don't like jive.
Interesting.
But we'll see. I mean, that would be a really cool, fun duo to see.
Yeah. Anywho, all to say, very excited to have Liz back. Curious to see how she's gonna do.
Yeah. She kind of, I hope she proves me wrong. She's kind of like giving pre-jury vibes to me.
Yeah.
But who isn't? Am I right? Okay, go.
Alrighty. So I've got my number 9 left on the board, and then next up is 13.
I think you should go with the 9.
Yes,
I
but
know.
I'm wondering, do I go with the 13 in hopes that you don't take my 9?
I mean, I know who your
I'm
9
gonna
is.
leave my 9 alone.
I mean, I know who you like and who you're mid on.
This is true. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with my gut and take my number 9. Because I've been mind fucked out of things before and I've lost the draft because of that. I can't believe I didn't pick Sean way back when, anyway.
It's because you didn't know. You keep
But I knew. But I
saying
knew.
you knew, and it was like, no, you didn't know.
No, I knew. He was my winner pick. We can't go a video without mentioning Sean. And by we, I mean me, anyway. Um, I'm gonna go with my number 9. Um, this person has kind of faded into the obscurity. However, if you go rewatch the season, fucking killer. And I think makes a very, very, very deep run into their original season if one of the craziest flips of all time doesn't happen. And it was right there on the money. Right there on the money in terms of whether this flip is going to happen. I think this person is here to play. They know how to make friends. I think there's a chance, unfortunately for her, that with the way that this first twist is set up, there's a chance that she's just going to be set up to be what could be a first boot. But I think if she's able to make inroads, she's very strategic. She's good. I'll be curious. I understand that this is a pick to win. I don't know what her chances are to win it all,
It's a
but
big
I'm
season.
intrigued.
It's a 20-person season. Like,
Exactly. There's a lot of wiggle room. I will be very intrigued to see how she plays. It's been a while since we've seen her. It's been a while since she's played, period. Um, but she was the social queen of season 9, and I'm excited to see what she does on a return. I'm gonna go with Amina.
yeah, good pick. Amina really did. She was the face of like the first 3-4 weeks of season 9.
Absolutely, yeah. Her,
Uh,
Elliot, and Grace were running it.
yeah, and if it weren't for the tie-breaking vote flipped against the future winner of the season against one of her close allies, I do agree she would have made a very deep run. Amina. One thing about her that I'm excited for is that She has turned down other opportunities to play other things for years and has said yes to us.
Well, yes.
Yeah, and same with Vic. Same with Vic. Um, which we feel very honored by.
Feel very honored. We are proud to say that people like playing our games, and we like having them play our games.
And the link is below to apply for season 17.
Season 17, apply now, but not now. Not now. Later. Apply later.
Uh,
Um,
her face is nuts. So I don't like it. I'm excited to see what Amina does. Who does Amina like grab onto? Like, what's Amina's first move here?
um, well, on the whole, she's gonna have Charles, obviously, I think. Um, However, they're not gonna be in the same starting group. In terms of the starting group, I don't know why I get the vibe that like maybe it's just because I'm looking at my team, but I get the vibe that her and Luke would get along. I get the vibe that her and Vic would get along. I think Vic is gonna have other options. Um, but like I feel like they would get along. Who else? I don't see Amina and Morgan really kicking it off. I don't see Amina and Simona really doing
This
it. I
is
don't
a
really
fucking
see
crazy
Amina
season.
Faven. I don't really see Amina Sean.
This is gonna be insane. Like, phone 4,000 text messages the first 24 hours. I'm betting over under 4,000. Well, no, they're not all together, so maybe not. Which, thank God. If we had 20 people all together like this, oh my God. But anyway, I'm moving on to my next pick. I actually didn't think that she was going to be your number 9. Uh, I. This is so sad because some of these people I'm like, oh, I didn't mean to have you at the bottom 4 here. Like, this is kind of
No,
sad.
to be clear, having you at the bottom of our list, like I'm excited to see like all these people were asked
Oh,
back
yeah,
for
I'm
really
excited to
excited
see
to see all
all
the
of them.
people.
Yeah.
This is their odds on this specific cast with things, whatever, and I'll be curious. And listen, we've been very wrong before. Not me, I usually am right, but like we
Yeah, like
have.
half of your picks who have won have been like your 7th or 8th pick. So,
We'll see you say that, except for the fact that I usually get like Amina was what the 17th pick overall or something like that, but she was in my top. Like if I had to pick my top 10, Amina's on my team anyway. So say what you will.
that doesn't mean anything.
I think it does.
If you could pick your ideal, well, I haven't
If I
picked,
had to pick 10 people
but
and
I haven't picked my ideal top 10 ever.
so you pick your bottom 10?
No, because you picked people in my top 10. That's how a draft works.
Oh yeah, but I'm saying that you usually don't pick people in my top 10. A la this time. I have picks I have my 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 right now.
But you pick people in my top 10, which is not me picking my top 10.
Well,
So, anyway, just saying. I'm pretty sure like 3 of your wins were by default. So, and granted, I had the pick to choose between them, but
okay, I'm pretty sure like 2 of your 4 wins were by default.
no way.
Season 12 was. And season 1, Emma was a low pick. Boom. And
Did
Aaron
I,
was last pick.
did I have? Did I win seasons 1 and 2?
Yeah, you won 1, 2, 6 with Sean, who was your first
12.
pick, so I'll give you that. Um,
There's no way
yeah,
Emma was a low pick.
literally Aaron, Emma, and Will were all like last fucking pick.
I would like to see documentation of seasons 1 and 2, which there is none, so I don't believe you.
Aaron was literally but we thought Aaron was the biggest threat. Oh, don't play with me right now. Maybe no, actually, come to think of it, I think Emma was more of a middle of the road fine pick. But Aaron was definitely last, and Will was
I'm
definitely
gonna
last.
find this somewhere because I was looking through my old prep drive and I found a lot of old BBSS
Go
docs.
for it. I guarantee it. I
Crazy.
guarantee it.
Kristen Yezi on
It
the.
was like Aaron, Bella, they were all at the bottom.
I don't even remember drafting for those seasons. Um. Anyway, I'm going.
Yeah, go on.
I'm gonna pick Charles.
Alrighty.
Charles. I think another great social strategic presence in season 9. double evicted, got taken out too soon. Was someone that we wanted to see back for a long time. We've tried to put feelers out for other seasons. This is the right time. This is it. And I'm excited to see Charles because I like that pre-10 representation. So I'm going with Charles. We'll see what happens. I just don't have any more thoughts right now.
Yeah. I'm really excited to see Charles. I think when Charles played season 9, that they were very excited to be playing season 9, which is awesome. And I think they're very excited to be playing again. Unfortunately, I think even more so than Morgan, I think Charles is actually going to be the person that I just think is going to be outclassed the quickest in terms of like, I'm hoping for high camp, for high fun, for that's what the season is. But at the same time, all of these people are coming back and are like ruthless and want to win. And I don't know in my gut if Charles knows exactly what that's going to take. Not that they don't care to do it. I think they would care to do it. I just think that they're going to be outmaneuvered.
We'll see.
Um,
I'm excited. We'll see.
so I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. And I hope for Charles that he does great.
All right, make a pick.
Alrighty. My number 13 overall.
Is still on the board?
Yes.
Okay, well, then we do have the same bottom two.
Yeah, we likely do have the same bottom two because I'm gonna pick this person. Um,
All right, we can skip the charades now. There's three people left.
in terms of, I think we were talking about Matt Byram earlier as like one of the biggest BBSS pre-jury robberies. I think in like, especially in modern history, like
Lest we forget.
this person has got like, if you say Scott, name a pre-jury robbery, I say Brett. And
Insane. Insane.
it's an insane robbery. Brett, I think, has a good shot to make a really deep run on 12. And sure, you could be like, yeah, Scott really hyping up Brett right now. That more so speaks to just how shit everyone else was. And Brett was not shit. And Brett just got fucked over. Um, I'm curious to see how he plays on our return. I think a lot of people know him. He's notorious in a good way in terms of like, I think a lot of people, specifically like Simona and Sean, who got to play with him for 4 short days, are like, I think they would both want to see Brett do well
Yeah,
and
they
would
wanted to work with him.
him. I think Brett's got Morgan on this season. He's got Simona and Sean. He's got other people in the chat that I think know him. He's got an op and Diego apparently. Which I think like a Diego Liz opposition is hilarious for Brett. I would live to see a rivalry between like Liz and Diego and like Brett and Morgan. Like that would be so funny to me.
Mhm.
But all to say, like he's someone I didn't have him ranked super highly because I don't know exactly what he's going to be able to do. He only has 4 days experience in the game. He's going up against some really big Titans. But he certainly can do it. I don't not have faith. So I'm confidently picking Brett in this position here.
Great. I agree. Brett is someone that I guess if you asked me that question, I don't know if I would say him just because my mind doesn't go directly to him. But after thinking about it, it has to be absolutely. I mean, the first eviction of season 12 was probably was definitely the craziest first eviction we've ever had.
I think it was the best week of the season of that season.
Uh, yeah, that or Aaron's eviction was good.
The glitch week was good. The grid.
Yeah, I agree. That was probably definitely top 3 weeks of the season.
I think it was the number one moment when we did the top 10.
It might have been. I think I was rooting for him to go because I really badly wanted our twist to work out.
Yeah,
And
imagine that.
Dalton/Miro was the alternative, and it would have just been like over, which would have been sad. Would Maeve have entered the game? Was that Maeve would have just gone in?
No, Maeve would have still had to survive. We only would have revealed like it would have been revealed as if it was one catfish.
Hmm. Interesting. So I think I was rooting against him because of that. I actually actively remember rooting against him so that our twist would work. But I didn't want to root against him. I just wanted to root against the other person. So Brett's great pick. Brett, I hope. Brett is also just chaos, which is great.
But Brett wasn't chaos. Brett was made out to be chaos and then had to be chaos to save his to save his life, and it just didn't work.
I think for some reason my mind is remembering more, or obviously why. My mind is remembering more of when he played Survivor at BC. And
I think Brett as a person is chaos.
like third place, no jury votes because chaos kind of thing. Um, so I think it'll be interesting. But we'll see. My pick between my bottom two. And let me be clear, these are my guesses for who will be evicted the first week. Juror.
Interesting. These are not my guesses.
Really, these are my guesses, and that's why they're at my bottom. Um,
This is not my bottom two, to be clear.
it's not your bottom two.
Nope.
You picked someone in your bottom two, or I picked someone in your bottom two.
Yes.
Who did I pick? Can you tell me? I don't think it matters.
Charles.
Oh, and I picked who was your 18? Diego.
Diego was my 18.
Interesting. Uh, this is an interesting pick here. I almost want you to pick, but I'm not gonna let you.
I'm happy to pick.
No, it's not allowed.
All right.
Or you can give your input and then I'll choose.
And also, wait, to be clear, I said this is not my bottom two. This is my number 20 and my number 17. So, like, we're not dealing with great. I don't have one that I'm like, I really want this one.
I'm trying to think. Like between like first of all, like Chloe, great, like random ask back kind of someone who is like trying to be more active this season, who wants to play, who um wants to try and be here, which is like what we need. My problem is I feel like she's just gonna get thrown up on the block and like continuously thrown up on the block, which is not gonna be good. Brandon, I think, already has a reputation. He already has people against him. He already is gonna play too hard without the game even starting. So I worry. But also, like, when we're in those final 3 and 4, in terms of this draft, like, it's Brandon was in the end. And he was a person, I don't even know, did I have him or did you have him?
You had him.
It was a person on my team who was in the end and had a non-zeroed shot at winning. So it's like, could Brandon stumble his way there again and have a non-zero shot at winning? That's what I'm deciding between right now. Someone who I don't think is going to win and someone who might stumble their way to the end. I feel bad because I really like Brandon. I want to make that really clear. I think Brandon's really sweet and he's very charismatic about BBSS, which I love because that's why
I'm going to give my thoughts on both after you pick. I don't want to give any input first. So,
I wasn't asking for it.
no, I know. But like, I didn't want you
That's
to
how any
say,
of the picks have worked.
I didn't want you to say, I really like Brandon. And then for me to sit here and just go, and to be clear, I also really like Brandon.
Yeah. I really enjoy that he's so charismatic about BBSS. He remembers things from seasons that he didn't play from 10 seasons before he played that I don't remember, which is like crazy that we have someone like that and also like simultaneously really cool. The thing is he's gonna have to gravitate towards and make relationships with people who are not from season 13 and in the first week that's 3 people right there
9.
out of 9. So I feel like he's gonna have to win some sort of competition in the first week, which is scary. Chloe, I feel like, is saying that she's really gonna try, but then she's gonna see what that means and then like not really try. So I don't know what to do here. What is my pre-jury jury split? That's a good question. I have four. I have four jurors. You know what? I have taken every single one of the random shot in the dark picks. I'm gonna take Chloe.
You took my 17. Um, do you want to talk any more about Chloe, or do you want me to? Do
I
you have
mean,
anything?
yes, I don't want to talk about Chloe just like she's not Brandon, but I mean, Chloe the first time around, like won a veto. That's something that's in her name. Won the first veto of the season. She played with a really good friend before. She doesn't have that now, which is a little disconcerting. Uh, I'm excited though. I mean, honestly, when we were looking for someone to cast in this spot, we were like, the problem with Chloe is that she was not active last time and she kind of just went home. But when we asked her, she was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm really looking forward. I would be really looking forward to play again. I want to try and be more active than last time. I'm not going to be good at the game, which like okay, um, but like I'm really going to try and I'm going to be there. And like that's what I need from someone playing the game. And honestly, if you have that mindset, then and you're not like annoying and trying like playing too hard, like you have a shot in my eyes. So
If Emma McIntyre won the game, you can too.
possible. All right,
Um,
give your
yeah,
thoughts.
no, I don't hate the Chloe pick. I mean, I agree for her to win the season is going to be an uphill battle for her. But I think she's here to have a good time. I really do believe her when she's going to be more active. I think now she knows what she's getting into. Um, I honestly feel like not having Caroline or a close friend is actually going to be more of a boon to her. Because I think, not that it was like a ball and chain before, but I think before it was like, oh, we're in a game with Caroline and we're talking and haha. And now it's like, no, I'm in a game on my own and I need to talk to people if I want to survive. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Um, she also, I mean, she is the winner of BBSSSSS.
Yeah.
Yeah, yep, I said that right. Um, and she beat the other pick left on the board in the final two. So that's something. We know she can win a jury vote.
Who was the final two with her?
Her and Brandon. So it
I did not remember that. And I
yeah.
played.
Um so yeah, I'm optimistic. I have high hopes for Chloe. I hope to see. I like my soul wants Chloe to do well. I hope people give her a chance. Um and I think Chloe will make a deeper run on the season on than on 14. Granted, Barbara set low, but you know, I think
Yeah.
this is a good pick between the two.
Cool. Talk about
Um, Brandon, okay. I want to preface with a lot of things here because there's a lot to say before I say the rest. Brandon, hello. This is being addressed directly to you because I know you're sitting here watching this. Brandon, first and foremost, we like love you and we don't hate season 13 and like every time you talk about it it seems like it was like this insanely like you don't need to like you keep apologizing for what happened on 13 and Steve and I are like what is I don't know what happened. I don't know why he's apologizing. Like we're literally like I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what's happened. Like we adore you. We adore you. So like you don't have to apologize for season 13 or anything. Um
and you also don't have to apologize on behalf of the entire season. Like
I'm just like
whatever
Brandon
was wrong
King.
with
It's
it
not
was
that
not
deep.
solely you.
If anything, I would say it wasn't Brandon at all.
No.
No, actually, I would say it was partly Brandon. But um, but to be clear, like when we say that, we're joking and stuff, we adore you. That's not it. Um,
We've had seasons where I've been like I truly can't think about moments in this season because I can't do it. And at least for
five.
me, I think Scott's different, but at least for me, like I guess I took a little bit of a backseat on 13, but
I
I
was gonna say, yeah, you
thoroughly
don't
enjoyed.
hate 13 as much because you weren't there for 13 as much.
That
Fuck
is
that.
true. Um, so therefore, I really liked it because I liked just watching it.
Yeah, you just got, yeah, I lived it. Traumatic. Anyway. Um,
Mhm.
no, but like Brandon, we love you. I love how like Brandon's gonna come into this game and he's gonna want to play. He's gonna know these people. He's gonna be a fan of them. I think that is awesome in a way that these other people don't. And I honestly think that that's really great. I think there is a chance that people um are like, no, like we don't need to get rid of Brand. Like I think there's a chance that he'll be underestimated. And I think that's, if anything, his biggest asset. And he really wants to play again. Um, so yeah, just wanted to get out of the way that like Brandon, adore you. So excited that you're on this season. With that being said, you are number 20 on my list, and I think you do not have a chance to win the game. Um, and I hate saying that. I hate saying that. Um, and I say that in jest. We're laughing. I don't mean this as like a like Brandon, hear me right now. Please do not text me being like, I'm sorry that I was your last. Like, no, no more apologies from Brandon. You don't have to
Also, like,
apologize.
we wouldn't have asked you if we didn't want you to play.
Exactly. Like,
And
um,
we were deciding between like a lot of really good people, to be honest, for your spot. So
yes. No rule set here for Brandon. No more apologizing for wanting to play the game. Um, I think a lot of people are just gonna want him out though, which is sad. I agree that there's a really good chance that with the layout of the early game here, that he could be a first boot, especially depending on who wins in power. I think anyone that was on 13 would have no problem taking him out. I think Liz would be fine to take him out. I think Simona would be fine to make an easy. Like I think there are a lot of paths where he ends up going home in week one, which would suck. However, if he survives week one, I think he would likely still be pre-jury. But if he survives the pre-jury, I think there's a chance that he makes it to the jury, and that's really exciting for him. Um,
I think Brandon
I
deserves.
just don't think he has good odds.
I think put him
I
in.
just think it's
Put him
people are set up against
in your
him.
team.
It's not even his fault.
Put him
It's just,
in your team.
oh, okay.
I think Brandon deserves a second chance, not because of like third place, robbed, like should have won.
No, most certainly not that.
Not.
Love you, King. Most certainly not that.
I think it's. I really fucked up last time, and I've been thinking about it a lot, and I know what I did wrong, and I'm looking to not do that again.
Well, I don't even think that he really fucked up
That,
last time. I don't, to be clear, I don't think he really fucked up last time. There are certainly a lot of players that I could think of that were far worse than Brandon.
but he had some decisions that were not good, and
Yes, I think there's a lot of room for
I
improvement.
think he's seen the commentary about it, and being able to have a holistic view of the season is very important. Knowing what everyone else is thinking and what we were thinking and about his things, and I think he's thought about it a lot. And I honestly think he's gonna use that in so many of his decisions, which we'll see. I don't know. We're gonna see.
Yeah.
Okay, let's quickly do our last thing. So we have a new section on the draft. Steven's idea. I've already revealed my first boots. I'm gonna go with Brandon and Chloe.
Okay. Um, just for the sake of being different, no, I'm not gonna be different. I'm gonna pick Brandon and I'm gonna pick Brandon and Charles.
Okay.
It's my prediction, I think. Um, comp record.
Comp record. I haven't thought about this.
I'm gonna go ahead with Luke, is what I lean towards.
The thing is, I think a lot of people are gonna come into the season and throw comps.
And I think Luke will be one of them.
I think Luke's gonna be one of them. Who's gonna come in and be like, is good at comps first of all, and then it's gonna be like, I don't give a fuck if I win or not.
Remember when we said let's do this quickly?
No. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Simona.
Oh, good pick.
Production's favorite, the award that we
Yeah,
choose.
that we pick. Let's predict it.
Did
Uh,
Amanda get in the top three last time? I feel like she did.
no, I don't think so.
I
I think
feel
she
like it was like a historic. We picked a pre-juror.
that's I think that might have been Dina. I don't think Amanda made it
I
there.
guess that there
With
was
that
so
being
many
said,
good ones in seven.
are you picking Amanda? Because I think that's where I was leaning towards as well. But if you're gonna pick Amanda, I'll make a different pick just to be contrarian and like have a different pick.
Uh, yeah, I have to pick Amanda.
Okay. You're picking Amanda. With that being said, I'm gonna go with Sean McGrath.
Fun. Who has been production's favorite here before?
Um,
Uh,
Working backwards.
Morgan,
Sarah, Jason. Yeah, Morgan Stum has um
Sean.
I think it was Simona, no?
I want to say it was Sean. Let me look. I have the wiki open. It was Simona. You're right.
Yeah.
Simona.
I think it was just them two. Morgan and Simona are the only former productions favorites here.
Yeah.
Um,
Honorary Sean.
yeah, honorary Sean, honorary Luke, he was very close. Faven was in the top
Oh no,
three.
Luke was it? It was Luke.
No, it wasn't. The wiki's wrong. It was Jason. Um, I
Really?
rewatched the finale. I misremembered. Um,
We should change that.
yeah, I'm working on the overhaul right now. Um,
Change the name and
honorary Liz. Liz is in the top three. Um, was Vic in the top three?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. It was Morgan, Sean, and who? Wick? Wick, probably.
Wick. It was always Wick.
Always Wick, for sure. Um, yeah. Alrighty. Well, this has been fun. Week one rankings around the corner. This has been a long ass draft call, but there was a lot to talk about. I'm so excited for the season. I'm manifesting good things. This is a great cast. I sincerely love all 20 of these people, and I don't like Steve and I were talking right before this. We're like, I don't want two people to go. Two people are going to be gone in 3 days.
Anyways, we
So
always
yeah.
say. Uh,
Anyways,
bye guys. Week
that's
one
all.
rankings incoming. Oh,
Bye.
no, it's just us. Oh, okay. Wait, hold on.
We're still here.
Hold on. Scott, say something interesting.